Hi everybody, just a small little summer update for what's going on here at the Hobbyist Den. But again, I hope everyone's having a good start to their summer, because mine has been let's just say really boring. Now that out of the way, let's talk about my model railroad. To start things off, the benchwork of my model railroad. Before I say um, yeah, I'm not going to go into great big details here. There's no need for it. It's been a staggering slow process because of COVID and the price of lumber here in North America. I'm not sure about my neighbors in the U.S., but I know in Canada it's ludicrously high. So to start with, the north section, it's all pretty much complete. Just some little nicks and cleanups, and I got to glue a couple pieces of foam in and get the backing installed, but I gotta get the piece of plywood first. And the stuff that's like, this thick that I'm using for like a nice back cover for bookshelves and all that, it's still 20 bucks a sheet, up from when it used to be $5. So at least that north side will be complete. The south side, um, it's still going to need a fair bit of work yet. I still got to get the, again, that plywood for the backing, which will also double for trim for the front for whatever scraps are left over. And I got to get foam for it too. But they're all together now. Those little adjuster leg screw thingies, they came in. And everything's put together. And, excuse me, there's my alarm. Okay, where was I? Right, screw adjuster thingies. So those are installed the last two tables, and they're all up in place. So all the south side modules are now bolted together and leveled up as best they're going to be. At some point, the north modules and the south modules, can I get my hands in here? Those caster wheels, like I mentioned in my last video, they're all coming off, and they're going to be reinstalled into a more recessed state. Because if you've seen the back end there, the one module, it's got 3 scrap pieces about this thick, almost 2x4 thickness, of pallet scrap put together to help get it up there, because that's how much of a drop off there is to that side of the sump pump, by the sump pump there. The south side, I didn't have to go with 3, I had to go with 2, so that's a bonus, but still, if I can get away from using those little wooden blocks, perfect. If I got to use at least one of them for that back module, or not module, like a set of 4 of them for that back module, so they're like just one layer, great. As long as I'm not lifting up the table to put 2 or 3 in there, it's not going to happen when I get older, especially with the state of my back and my knee. Get down there on that floor to even adjust them is a bit of hard pain enough. What else now? Right. So enough about the bench work. Moving on to locomotives I got coming in. As far as the locomotives go, I'm not going to say what they are. The reveal of them can wait till I get them in the mail, sit down with them and look them over and figure out how I'm going to review these, because I want to do an in-depth review, as I couldn't find much of an in-depth review on YouTube. The ones I did find, they're kind of like, well, here's what they put in for sound, or here they are stock, and they just kind of show them off running around and claim this is how much they can pull versus how much they can't pull. And when I've seen them pull, and I'm kind of going, well, if it can pull this many cars, why are you only showing it pulling this many, which is a lot less? So, yeah, so look forward to those, but I will give a hint, though. 2 of them were a super sale deal, so that's how I was able to get 3 within a 2-week period. And they'll be in this week, so look forward to that. And one last little bit of news in terms of my model railroad. Now, to finish up the model railway side of this news report, I'm going to start laying tracks soon. I just got to finish up the plans in the model railroad software I'm using, SCARM, which is short for Simple Computer Aided Railroad Modeling Software, something like that. Because what I see on the software to what I see in person on my bench work, it's a whole different perspective versus, placing it on a screen to setting it down by hand. To me, there's a bit of a perspective difference. Even though the software is supposed to be as accurate as possible to all scales and dimensions, etc., I feel like when I do it up on that, I'm not going to like what I see down on the bench work. So I'll probably start by midsummer ordering the track, so look forward to that. But in the meantime, the model railroad videos are pretty much going to be coming to a slowdown after these locomotive review ones are done. Excuse me, I'm getting tired. You can even see I didn't sleep well today. And the marks here and here coming down my cheekbones. Now, moving on to wargaming side of things. So I have some interesting news to share here. My next set of videos, I'm not going to so much speed paint everything. I'm going to go and start streaming the models I'm painting. So basically, if you guys want to watch a live stream of wargaming models getting painted, I'll have a link, not in this video, but when I record the first video while streaming it, there'll be a link below showing me where my Picardo channel is and all that nonsense. But do keep in mind though, even though I'm painting wargaming models, I may end up joining some of these other people who do art that I know, and some of them do not suitable for work content. So if you're not comfortable with that, you can always just minimize their display windows too, but that's just something to keep in mind. As for what I'm painting, well, not behind me here because I'm in my bedroom, as my microphone on my laptop kind of broke, but below me in the studio room, everything that's on that wall, I'm going to start just grabbing stuff section by section and painting it up, because it all needs to get painted. Some of it I don't even have paint schemes for yet, but you know what? That's the fun of it. I'm going to see what works, what doesn't, and, go from there. But even if you don't stop by to watch the stream, I'm still going to upload the videos from the work that day. And when it comes to painting them up, instead of having like this entire long session of painting, I'm just going to do like the speed paint videos where I'm just going to speed things up and condense it down to a, like a 10-minute format or something to keep it small. But on these models though, I'm going to be paying a little more attention to what I'm doing and how I'm doing them, whereas the ones I filmed before, I was just like, get the paint on there and then do the next little layer and do a quick touch up, done, it's ready for the tabletop. These ones I want to go into like a little more detail with, depending on the model. Like if it's small little infantry, I won't spend too much time, but yeah, you guys get the idea. And that's it for the news for now, so take care everybody and stay safe.